is here with a little package in the mail. Looks big, it doesn't weigh a lot though. They're actually a particular item popped up on Australian eBay, and I thought, ooh, I don't have that. I went and looked, and the seller had a couple of other items, so these are all buy it nows, not auctions, and the prices were quite reasonable. Now I've heard a little bit about this game. This is actually a shrink wrap copy, but it probably won't stay like that. It's for the Atari XE, so these are the later series repackaged versions of the games for the Atari 400-800 that came out for the Atari XE version. I have an XE because they were quite popular here in Australia. And this is Food Fight, which I've never played. Now the box is a little squashed, and I think the only way I'm going to be able to unsquash it is to take the plastic off. I mean, I could play this game by putting it on the flash card that I have for the machine, but that's not the same as playing the real one. Yeah, I reckon the only way I'm going to fix this box is by opening it. So we shall do it. We'll do it from the bottom anyway. It's not perfectly sealed from the bottom anyway because of that crash. Being very careful, because other than that, the box isn't in too bad condition. The plastic's pretty old. Don't want to damage the box anymore. But I reckon I should be able to. A little bit of putting a bit of packing inside the box, get the box back to the right shape. Oh, anyway, I'll get the menu out and cut it a little bit harder. So we have obviously a manual and a registration card. 90-day warranty. I reckon that might have run out by now. It's just text inside the manual with a couple of characters on the back. So can I get to the cartridge from this side of the box? Again, I don't want to damage the box. There we go. And there's the cartridge, obviously brand new. So these are the XE cartridges. They have this little tab here to help you pull them out. Other than that, they're very, very similar to the old left cartridges, and as they were always labelled, because you had to put them in the left hand slot of the Atari 800. Atari 400 only had one slot, so there was never any confusion, but they used to like labelling things clearly. So I'll have to put something inside that box and try and get rid of that warp. I think the plastic might be pulling it in, so it may be better if I take the plastic off completely. So, looking forward to playing that one, and I haven't actually played a Atari 8-bit game for a while on the channel, so we'll have a go at that. And another title is actually this Hess double pack of was it summer and winter games for the Atari 2600. Just open this up. So it has both cartridges, they've got gold labels and the manual and everything like that. So this is how this would have come out in Australia. Now I'm sure these titles are released in these black boxes originally, but the Hess titles, you can see the ones there, they were produced in Sydney. After the crash, they basically secured the license to republish a lot of the Atari library, well, pretty much most of the Atari library, some Coleco games, and Intellivision games. In actual fact, the ColecoVision games, a lot of them in Australia were already in these plastic type boxes, the smaller versions of them. I've got most of the Hess collections of Atari 2600 cartridges. I think I'm missing one, and this is another one that I needed. So I don't think I've played many of these. although the skiing part looks familiar, but it just might be that it's similar to other games. This looks like it's got lots and lots of games on it. Let's put that up there so you can see the titles. So we can have a bit of fun playing through that. Oh, I thought I'd add this one in for a bit of fun because it looked in pretty good condition. Now it's not I don't think this is a cartridge one though, and I don't actually have a tape deck, so I may have to cheat to play this, but it's a complete Atari 800 title called Submarine Commander. It's in this nice hard box. This was pretty cheap, I think this is like $10. And, oh, no, it's a cartridge. Well, there we go. My memory's failing me, isn't it? So, I have no idea what the game's about, but I mean that's really cool packaging. I don't know where that one comes from. Thorn EMI manufactured in the UK, so there we go. So 2 titles for the Atari 8-bits, and from the same seller, and then included this 3.5-inch disc box, but it doesn't contain 3.5-inch discs. It actually contains some 3-inch discs. Now they have been used, so they may actually have some software titles on them, and I assume since they are in Australia they're going to be for the Amstrad, and I don't actually have any Amstrad disc software. One says Pontoon and Bomber. Sorry, it's been crossed out a couple of times. So there's probably all sorts of things on these. Work, Aussie, copy disc, CPM 2.2, excellent. That one, oh, hey, here we go, and there we go, Amstrad. Thai boxing. And Who, so that one's got a different label on it, and run ERE. So I reckon we've got actually ended up with a couple of titles for the Amstrad there. So if I get time, I will fire that up and give those a go. So from having just a couple of 3-inch discs that I got with my Einstein, that the guy was nice enough to send me, and having no disc from the Amstrad, I've actually ended up with quite a few 3-inch discs, so that should last me for quite some time. And in the bargain, a nice disc box where I can store them all away. Alright, I don't know how many days between filming this part and the gameplays, but I will get to them, and then you'll get to see this video. Alright, let's go do that now. Right, here we go with Food Fight on the Atari XE. Work first go, as you would expect from a new cart. Now the idea is you've got to get the cone on the other side. Oops. Lost my sound at the moment. Ow! Right, so you can pick up food and you can throw it and knock them out, but you can, I mean, basically the objective is to grab the ice cream cone and you get extra points for it. Oops, oh, I didn't have anything in my hand. So I haven't worked out all the strategies for this yet. I did have a real quick go because I didn't know what the hell I was supposed to be doing. You do get quite a good bonus for getting as much food as possible left over on the playing field. Oops, ah! Game over already. Let's have another go. So let me get a bit further. This is only beginner level. I mean, this actually looks like quite a decent little game. I have heard good things about it. which is which is why I was pleased to find a copy of it. I mean, quite a large majority of my Atari XE XL titles are actually loose. Oh, got me again. Oh, I've got a score this time. It does depend on the layout. It is level 3 though, in my defence. Yeah, oh, I see, so I've started on level 3 accidentally. That's okay. At least we get to see a bit more. Okay, we'll go straight for the go. Yo, look at that big bonus. I suppose if you have the opportunity, it's best to go for it. Yeah, see, I've been doing the wrong thing. You only need to run over the food to actually pick one up. So that's a cool little game. It's actually really nice to get in another Atari XE XL game after all this time. I do really like the Atari 8-bit systems. Alright, let's have a look at the Submarine game, which I've got no idea what it's about. Right, so here we go with Submarine Commander. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, so I'll never try this one out. Select skill level. Okay, that works. And start. Yeah. Start button might need a clean. Right, so no instructions. And we've seemed to have rotated. Okay. Start button definitely works. Oh, finally. Obviously need to clean that. Okay, now moving left and right seem to be moving that thing up the top there. And that controls my depth level, right. I bet you this is going to need keys, isn't it? Are we moving? Speed. Right, pressing the number keys controls speed, I think. And I'll take it where the white dot. See if we put it and turn those up a little bit to see whether our depth changes. It's one of those ones I may have to actually look up the instructions. It could be a good fun little game trying to work out. Okay, there is more speed options. Okay, we're near something. Now I don't know what to do. I'll probably have to change views or something like that. I'm just trying a few keys on the keyboard here. I should have thought to see if I can find a guide. I'm sorry, folks. These games can get quite interesting. I used to actually love some of these back in the day. Okay, now we've actually got a bit of speed up. We are actually turning. So I've managed to work out how to control it in general principle. Now I just need to work out how I you know, shoot something. Okay, we're going east now. So something, I think that ship is still up above us, pacing us. I'm just not 100% sure what controls our depth yet. Okay, I'm getting near the surface. Turn this around because we seem to be moving away from that ship. So F is fuel. I'm still actually surfaced. We must be very close to the surface. Just seeing whether if we surface it changes anything. Okay, west. We want to go down a little bit. Past him a little bit. Just down that turn. There's one above us now. I can't seem to surface. Launched a torpedo. Well, it doesn't look like a too bad sub-simulator, but I need to find out more about it. It was quite a surprise little edition. It only cost $10, so and I wasn't expecting it to be a cartridge, so I think it did very well. But I'm going to have to read some instructions. Alright, let's go and have a play with those Atari 2600 titles. Okay, sorry. This is the Atari 2600 games. Had some memory card issues. So I've started the game and selected USA, and this is the hurdle. So I'll take a look at the joystick waggling. Well, at least the computer player isn't very good. You don't have the best joystick for doing this. Mark in the middle to tell you how far you've got. There we go. Now, how long does it wait for the computer player to not finish? Maybe it has actually selected to player automatically. Or, okay, interesting. Right, I'm actually the person up top. You've got to press up to jump, which is terrible. Oh dear. So here I was, thought I was doing quite well. Hey. Really got to jump last second. Oh. Well, I don't think that's going to beat any speed records. So interesting. So all you had to do was press to the right. Now what happens? doing well enough or something? Right. I pressed the button again, sorry. What am I actually? Oops. Well, I did a better time this time. So, let me guess, you have to win to go forward, maybe? Oh. I'll try one more time, and we might reset. I'm doing worse. Oh dear. And still running for some reason. No, you just keep on doing the same event. I shall just try select. Okay. So pressing select takes us to the next event. Go. Okay. Clue what I'm doing. I'm not sure I have any control over what's happening. Ooh. We'll go back. It's the timing of when you press the button. Yeah, not particularly exciting so far. Might just go to the next event. Okay. Right, we have some sort of target shooting one. Ooh, skeet shooting, okay. Got one. Oh, how am I supposed to get that? Okay, it's pretty... Missed. Hey. Ah, missed. Missed again. Got one. That's the score. Okay, so there is a fair few events here. Oh, we'll back around to that again. Yeah, so there's a few events on each cartridge. We'll switch to the winter one and see how we go with that. So here we go, winter games. It's quite loud. UK. Oh, sorry. Select UK and versus. Oh, I see. They're the countries. Right. UK, USA slalom. Let's see if I can do better. That's not too bad. Whoops. Except I ran a poor post there. Skiing games are always pretty good fun. to the controls. Mr. Gate. So speed up. Oops, missed a couple of the gates. Oops, don't need the trees. Pity there's no other sound effects, but that's alright. UK Slalom. Oh, actually, so I've done 2 competitors now. You take turns. Well, it's not a too bad skiing game. When you get stuck on a flag, you really get stuck on the flag. But you definitely get moving. Oops. I'm doing slightly better. That tree. It's got a gate, it's got a couple of penalties, and there we go. Right, now what happens next? Sled, okay. Pity there's no actual sound effects in game, eh? There's obviously a certain line you need to keep to as well. But it's pretty cool for Atari 2600 effects, I suppose. And if you had a couple of people, sitting around the TV back in the day, it would have been good fun. And these sort of games, the sports games and everything, were all the rage at one stage. And it's interesting that they've chosen not to go, ooh, fuck, 58.9. So UK sled. I don't know how that start helps you or anything like that. And obviously you've got to try and get on the racing line. And the more you do that, the faster you go. Oops. Hey. Yes, you obviously need to get on that racing line. Whoop. US is winning. Alright, we'll see what the next event is. USA again. Ski jump, cool. Oh god, what are we going to do now? And up. Oops. I don't know where I am. Oops, I think I might have broken a few bones. Fault. Yeah. Whee! Fault. Oops. Fault. Okay. I think the US stuffed up. Oh. I've got to press a button again, I reckon. Right. So got a line. No. Oh, goodness me. Go, another go. I have no idea if you're going to when you're going to land, unfortunately. That was a tyre, I think. Yeah, what in the world is that? Oh. I started moving. Now I have to waggle the joystick back and forth. Oh. Biathlon. Doesn't seem to be able to do anything. Seems to be inconsistent with the oh, got one. This one's trying to make the controls far too complicated, I think. No. So you're not steering, you're just doing a rate or something like that. Yeah. Right, that's cocking. Now I understand. God, talk about hard controls. So, okay, now I'm going to do much better with this. So, you need to go down, up, to load your gun. I'm going to hit it all the time though. Once you don't have controls on these things, it's okay. Well, I think that Winter Sports is definitely the better of the two. No. think UK definitely won that one. Wasn't fair on the US because they didn't have the controls. So yeah, UK won that one. Oh, there's still more. So this one seems to have... I'm not sure which one I'm controlling. I take it it's the green one. Yeah, so definitely one you need another joystick plugged in. No, I think I might have been racing the computer then. As with all these games, it's all a matter of getting used to the controls and then applying them appropriately. Okay, yeah, okay. So you're actually against the computer, and I was always the top one. I don't think I stand much chance, but gotta get into a certain rhythm, I think. It just gives you the computer opponent just so you've got somebody to race against. Still got faster than the other time though. So the UK. Hot dog, there's still more sports. Alright, I might leave it now because my arms actually start to ache. But the winter sports is definitely the better of the two. It looks like there might be more summer games, but I wasn't playing it properly. So all up, quite a good value set of games, really. Would have been fantastic back in the day, probably with a couple of mates around the TV. Always nice to get the old stuff, so this has been a nice real mixture of Atari stuff. I obviously still have the Amstrad discs to play around with, but I'll do them off camera in my own time, and if I find anything interesting I might summarise that later. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed this video where I've gotten some older stuff into my collection here, which is always nice. I'll join you for another video soon. So I'm Electric Adventures, thanks to all my subscribers, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.